competitive baseball, learn, grow, because look, they're trying to field a competitive team for Vegas in 2028, and we thought this was the year that this team would have a chance at a wild card spot. So it's been a kind of a combination of everything, Tommy, to be honest with you, and no one's happy about it. And you just hope the last 49 games you can get some momentum to see some positive things out there, pitching wise and with the bats and with the gloves.
Talk about Mark Kotsay. He's been at it for a little while now at the helm. How's that working out, and how is he, and how's his temperament for handling a group like this, and a rather unique situation, and will be for another year?
And there's not a manager in baseball history that has had to deal with what Mark Kotsay's had to deal with. You know, you talk about leaving Oakland, then going to a AAA ballpark in Sacramento, planning on Vegas in 28. It's, you know, and this guy handles it like a pro. He's got the perfect demeanor. The players love him. He's got a way with the coaches. He's honest. He'll give them tough love when they need it. This guy is special. He's a special human being and equipped to handle this. And no one, it's so hard on him. I mean, you feel for the guy because you know how badly he wants to win, and he saw this year, and we were a 500 team and playing decent baseball. So, yeah, as a human being, there's no one better. He's just a quality human. And I just feel for him because I know he just wants a winner, and he just wants to get these guys better. And so I look forward to seeing what he can do when the team is kind of on the rise and playing great baseball, because he's a special guy.
What's the mood like around the organization looking forward to 2028? Is there some thought of looking at?
Yeah, I was worried about his left-handed wrist, but it appears Austin's okay.
Rowdy Tellez is a big man with a big personality. He's a playful guy. That's Rowdy saying, hey, man, I'm getting out of your way.
Nice catch, JD. JD. What a catch. He probably stuck with the pine tar.
No kidding. Look at this guy.
I mean, it comes off the screen, and he just barehands it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Reds fans, the boss, Rick Ross, is coming to Great American Ballpark on Friday, August 14th, as a part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. Join the Reds as they kick off the series against the Marlins and hang out after the game for a live set from Rick Ross. Plus, you can upgrade your access to a Bit Field Pass for an up-close view of Rick Ross. For tickets and more information, visit Reds.com/concerts.
Cincinnati knows how to support local, so if you haven't discovered Stellar snacks yet, game day is the perfect time. Meet Stellar's bold and crunchy pretzel braids, seasoned with unique, irresistible flavors that leave ordinary pretzels in the dust. We're a family-owned bakery started by a mom and daughter, baking from scratch just down I-71 to make the most delicious pretzels you'll ever taste. Flavors you'll love, baked to share. Shop Stellar Pretzels today at Kroger and discover your favorite new snack.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's baseball along the banks of the Ohio River on this Thursday afternoon as the Reds take on the Athletics. And thanks for joining us on the Cincinnati Reds pregame show. I'm Dave Armbruster. After this game, the Reds hop on the Delta Charter. They head to Washington, D.C., where they begin a 3-game weekend series tomorrow night against the Nationals. After a day off Monday in Chicago, they will take on the AL Central leading White Sox for 3 games. That begins on Tuesday night. Time for the voice of the fan. Here's Nick Kirby.
Last night was a great night of pitching for the Reds. And really, in both the rotation and the bullpen, it's been a roller coaster of a season. Rhett Lauder got off to a really strong start early this year, but after getting hurt and then coming back off the IL, he really went through a rough stretch. Now, though, he's really settled back in. He's allowed just 2 runs in each of his last 3 starts, and he's looking like he can be a legitimate piece to this rotation going forward, which is, in my opinion, one of the biggest storylines the rest of the season. Then there's the bullpen. Man, what a roller coaster that's been. They were incredible in April, and then they were equally as bad in May and June, but lately they've turned things around. Last night, Brock Burke, TJ Antone, and Emilio Pagan were perfect, and those 3 guys have really been the top dogs, but with Graham Ashcraft and Tony Santillan possibly returning soon, this bullpen might be in a position to be a real strength once again. My name is Nick Kirby, and I host the daily Chatterbox Reds podcast. Go Reds.
We are counting down the first pitch between the Reds and A's, and this is the Reds Radio Network.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Mariano Rivera, cutter man, what can you say? Because lefties had no chance against him. Randy Johnson. All you want to do is try to make contact and put the ball in play. Don't get hit in the head and just try to pull it in play. Mr. Greg Maddux, another great teammate, great player. Hey, this is a beautiful card right here. This card tells you and lets you know that I got him. When you see that finish high, you know that he's in the books.
Well, was that ball crushed?
Landed Hunter Green back on the injured list. And this welcome back report is brought to you by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries, and an official sponsor of the Cincinnati Reds. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Don't go away. Tommy sits down with Reds manager Terry Francona next. This is the Reds Radio Network.
It's time now for the manager's comments. Brought to you by Western and Southern Financial Group. Life insurance, retirement, and investments. This is the Reds Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Reds pregame show. Time for a daily chat with Reds manager Terry Francona. Tito, I guess let's start with the news of yesterday. Before the game, we found out that Hunter Green was going on the injured list. Anything new to report on that now that we're a day removed from that?
He went and saw Tim Kremchek, who I have a ton of confidence in. He's going to go out and see Elatrash. He's going to get examined today, I think 3:30 their time. We should have more news later tonight, probably a safe bet. And then we'll go from there. It's worrisome, and we'll kind of see. My guess is they're going to end up concurring, and we'll see where that goes.
Is it too early to know whether or not you could expect him back this year?
I think there's always hope. I think that's probably a slim chance, though. I really do. After talking to Tim, and we want to see what they both say, and then we'll go from there.
On some good news, you got Nick Lodolo.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
One of the 4 Hogwarts houses, distributed blind box style while supplies last. Which mascot will be in your box? Get your tickets now at Reds.com/tickets.
Hi, it's Dan Horde. Cincinnati weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy fiber cement siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com.
Welcome back to our pregame conversation with Reds manager Terry Francona. Tito, we talked about the bullpen yesterday, and you look at this stretch that this team's been on now, playing good baseball. I got to believe it's no coincidence that the bullpen plays a major factor in this team, especially winning all the close games you've been winning here lately.
And part of it is starters getting far enough into the game where you don't have to ask more than they're supposed to. We've done that so many times, and it gets in the way. And we had Brock Burke had 2 days off before, and that's not but it's for him. And he came out, that ball's coming out of his arm good. Antone had 2 days off. He comes in, throws 3 pitches, and gets 2 outs. So if we can keep an eye on that, and that's going to be tough because we're going to have a bullpen game tomorrow, but it really helps.
Talk about it, Burke, because he goes the inning, then you brought him back out for one more batter. You had two batters away from another lefty. What goes into that decision-making process, and instead of just sticking with him maybe for two more batters to get him to the next lefty, and you went to Antone? Obviously, it worked out, but what all are you weighing when you make the decision to run a guy back out there like that?
So it's actually a pretty easy answer. If it was a perfect world, I would have left him out there for the whole inning because I thought
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Near you, High Chew, immensely fruity and intensely chewy.
Baseball is better with a group. Reds fans, you can save big when you bring your group of 15 or more to a game. Grab your friends and family and check a Reds game off your summer bucket list. Looking to entertain your clients or employees? Treat them to a major league experience at the ballpark. Part of a nonprofit? Fundraise for your cause with group ticket sales. For more information on how to bring your group to a Reds game, visit reds.com/groups.
Fans, if you want to show up big on game day, don't forget your favorite lace. The ultimate game changer for Reds fans. Lace is the perfect sidekick to your game day. No matter if you're cheering for our Cincinnati Reds from the stands, hosting the ultimate game day throwdown with your crew, or enjoying the game by yourself, whatever the moment calls for, there's a Lace flavor to go with it. Because Lace is the ultimate game changer for Reds fans like you. Lace, proud partner of your Cincinnati Reds.
We are just about ready for baseball on this Thursday afternoon here at Great American Ballpark as the Reds go for the three-game series sweep over the Athletics. Now, with all the play-by-play, here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot, Jed. Well, it's another beautiful day for baseball. Looks like Mother Nature might actually cooperate today. The forecast looked a little bit ominous a few days ago, but we've got some sunshine today as the Reds and A's close things out. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. They are presented to you by St. Elizabeth Healthcare and the Young Family Cancer Center, regional leader in cancer care. Start your cancer game plan today at stelizabeth.com/Reds. And we begin with the visiting Athletics. They are managed by Mark Kotze. The A's coming into play today, now having lost 7 straight. They are 45-69 on the season. They are not at the bottom of the AL West. Actually, the Angels are behind them, but they are 11.5 games out of the wild card. Leading things off, the center fielder Henry Bolte. Tommy White will play first base and hit second. Batting third, the designated hitter Jonah Heim. Hitting fourth, the left fielder Tyler Soderstrom. Batting fifth, the third baseman Max Muncy. Lawrence Butler plays right field and hits sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher Brian Servin. Aliko Williams, the shortstop, hits 8th, and batting 9th, the second baseman, Jonathan Ornelas. Mason Barnett starting on the mound for the A's. Now for Terry Francona's Reds, leading off the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Hitting second, the first baseman, Sal Stewart. J.J. Bleday hits third and plays left. Batting fourth, the catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Eugenio Suarez at third base, hitting fifth. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Dane Myers. Hector Rodriguez back in the lineup, DHing, hitting seventh. Noel V. Marte plays right and hits eighth, and batting ninth, the second baseman, Matt McClain, with Andrew Abbott starting on the mound for the Reds. Pleased as always to be joined by the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley. I'm Tommy Thraw. It's great to be with you here at Great American Ballpark this afternoon. Cowboy Reds going for a series sweep. They have just been playing much, much better baseball since the All-Star break, and a lot of it has to do with the Reds starting pitching.
Yeah, and I think that when you look at starting pitching, you automatically look at how the bullpen's done as well. In order to win close ball games, you've got to be able to execute not only as a starting pitcher, but you've got to execute from a defensive standpoint, and you've also got to throw strikes and challenge hitters out of the bullpen. And the Reds have done all those things. And that's kind of why they're starting to make a little bit of a run here.
Well, they've got a chance to creep a little bit closer to 500. Just 3 games under entering play today. It's the Reds and A's. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Digging in to get things started for the A's. Their leadoff hitter today, center fielder Henry Bolte. Bolte 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. Abbott's into his windup. His first pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play for strike one. Abbott making his 24th start of the year, originally scheduled to start tomorrow. Hunter Green was slated to start today, going on the injured list yesterday, so Abbott got bumped up. The 0-1 to Bolte, check swing on a curveball in the dirt, and that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. You remember Abbott's last time out, it was in that game with the pouring rain. He got stuck out there in the rain, had trouble throwing strikes. Reds would go on to lose that game. Now he's home with the 1-1 pitch to Bolte. Swung on and he got jammed. Lifts a fly ball to center field. Still got some carry to it, and chasing it down shy of the track is Dane Myers to make the catch. Bolte is retired on a long fly out for the first out.
Yeah, I would say for Andrew Abbott, his last 2 starts have been about as difficult of conditions as you could ask for. That sweat fest in St. Louis and then pouring down rain trying to figure out how to get the ball to the plate with a slippery mound.
It's probably kept the laundry machines busy in-game. Those 2 outings, and now he'll deal with Tommy White. First pitch on the way to the right-handed hitting White. Breaking ball hangs up and away for ball 1. Right-handed hitter White made his major league debut in the middle of July. He's hitting .265, 1 for 4 last night. Here's Abbott's 1-0 pitch. White swings, hits it sharply on the ground between short and third, and that's into left field for a hit. So only the second hit of the series for Tommy White. He's on with a 1-out base hit, and that'll bring up Jonah Heim. A few clouds overhead, kind of a mixture of sun and clouds today. 84 degrees is our TempStar game time temperature. Get complete home comfort with a TempStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TempStar dealer at tempstar.com. The first pitch to Jonah Heim, a breaking ball that dives low on the outside corner for ball 1.
I don't think we've seen Heim from the right side in this series thus far. He's pretty much predominantly hit from the left side throughout the series.
1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI double, and he takes a changeup up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on the former All-Star and Gold Glove winner. Was both with the Rangers in 2023 and went on to win a World Series with him that year. Had a career-high 18 home runs, swing and a miss, and a pitch down and in. The count is 2 balls and a strike now on Jonah Heim, but he just hasn't been that same player since. Had a career high in home runs and batting average, won the World Series. Obviously a decorated season for him, trying to get back to that point. Swing and a miss, and a good changeup up and away. Count is even 2-2 on Heim. 228, 11 home runs, 36 driven in. Under at first base with 1 man out. We are scoreless in the first inning here at Great American Ballpark. It was 1-0 A's by this point yesterday. The leadoff home run from Lawrence Butler's hitting down in the lineup today against the left-handed throwing Abbott. The 2-2. And a swing and a ground ball to third, picked up by Suarez. He'll go to McLean at second. One and around to first in plenty of time for the double play on Jonah Heim. That'll end it for the A's in the first, and we go to
JTM. Let's create great dishes together.
Hi, this is Tim O'Connell, Senior Vice President of Ballpark Operations at the Cincinnati Reds. From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the...
I'm against this right-hander, Mason Barnett. And Barnett brings home the first pitch to De La Cruz, and it swung on and bounced foul up the first base line for strike one. And Cowboy, you look at Barnett's numbers, he's making his 16th appearance, but it's only his second start.
Yeah, he's had some time up here. Last time out, 5 innings of 3-run ball. Only walked one batter, so at least he's throwing strikes. At least he did in that start.
Ellie swings, sends a high fly ball, pretty well hit the other way. Soderstrom back out of room. It is gone. Ellie drives it out of here to left, an opposite field home run, his 19th home run of the year, and he gives the Reds an early lead.
Well, Tommy, you and I were talking before the ball game. Ellie is getting on base at a phenomenal clip right now. He's been on base for Stewart to drive him in, and in that at-bat, he drives himself in.
That'll do the trick, too. His 53rd run batted into the year. They just got that one up in the air, and it just kept going. Now Sal Stewart's the batter. First pitch to Sal, cut on and missed, and a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike.
That's a heck of a way to open the game.
Boy, is it ever. That's his 7th home run now, hitting out of the leadoff spot for the Reds. Sal takes off the outside corner, fastball away, and I don't look at Ellie and think leadoff hitter, but he has certainly seemingly taken a liking to it. He's, like you talked about, getting on base at a crazy clip right now, the 1-1 pitch, and Sal swings and fouls it back. And it doesn't matter if you're hitting 8th and 9th or 1st and 2nd, but if Ellie's getting on ahead of Sal, that is going to produce runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Sal Stewart. Sal hitting .255, 24 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Here's the pitch to Sal, and he swings and fouls this back to the right, out of play.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how many of Sal Stewart's RBIs have been Ellie De La Cruz.
That's true.
Because when the Reds, when Tito made this change to the lineup, it's kind of boosted the run scoring ability of the Reds, putting those two back to back right out of the chute.
Breaking ball down and away. Of course, they've been responsible for it. You'd like to see a little more production from other parts of the lineup, but take what you can get. Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Sal Stewart from the right-hander Barnett. Swung on, that's fouled away. He comes in today, ranked 2nd in the big league. C.J. Abrams has moved a couple of RBIs ahead of him. Sal still on pace to set a new Reds rookie record for RBIs. The previous mark is Jim Greengrass with 100 back in 1953. It would seem that Sal Stewart is going to blow past that. He's also trying to be only the third rookie in Major League history. In Major League history to lead the league in RBIs. Swung on, fouled back. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sal Stewart.
Who did you say the first one of those two?
The first guy to do it was back in 1939. A fellow by the name of Ted Williams.
I think I've heard of him.
They say he was a pretty good hitter. Here's the 2-2. And Sal lifts a fly ball to right. Fading back on it is Lawrence Butler. He's under it. He'll make the catch. That's the first out here in the first inning. I don't know a whole lot about Walt Dropo, who was the last to do it in 1950, but he drove in 144. By the way, Ted Williams drove in 145 back in 1939.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He would go on to have a nice career. J.J. Bleday swings and fouls it back for strike 1. That home run for Ellie was his 9th opposite field home run this year. The Reds have hit a ton of them. Sal tied for the Major League lead with opposite field home runs in 11. Pitch to J.J. Bleday, swung on, and this is fouled back out of play, but Ellie has provided his fair share as well. But when you look at the number of opposite field homers that the Reds have hit collectively, among the most in baseball, in fact, the most in baseball, and that kind of tells you that the Reds have hit the other way with some authority. Now, those 2 leading the charge certainly helps. 0-2 on J.J. Bleday. Right-hander Barnett kicks and delivers, and Bleday takes a changeup down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Bleday. Tried the outside corner, did Barnett, but missed away with the changeup. Count evens, 2-2. Bleday hitting .226, 19 home runs, 46 driven in. Barnett back to the plate now with a 2-2. And Bleday got jammed, pops it up, foul, third base side, over to have a look, the catcher, but that's going to end up back into the seats off the corner of the A's dugout. Barnett, a 4.85 ERA, 1-1. Right around 30 innings pitched this year for Barnett here at the Major League level. Originally a 3rd-round pick of the Royals out of Auburn back in 2022. Got a little taste of the big leagues last year. Now he's home with a 2-2 pitch to Bleday, and it's low and inside. The count runs full, 3-2.
Yeah, he's been up and down. Barnett has 3 or 4 times this year.
He's home with the payoff pitch to Bleday. Swung on, and this ball is scorched on a line right back up the middle, past the second baseman Ornelas, and that's on into center field for a hit. So J.J. Bleday has a 1-out single. And now Tyler Stevenson. Well, Stevenson, now that I guess you'd call it adrenaline, the anxiety of the trade deadline has come and gone, and I'm sure that first day back after the day off and trade deadline was probably an emotional one for Tyler Stevenson. He was 0 for 4 on Tuesday, but he has been a red-hot hitter. The pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. Snapped a hit streak going 0 for 4 Tuesday. But now he can just settle back in. Hitting .252 on the year, 9 home runs, 32 driven in, but over about the last month plus, he's hitting at a .346 clip. He's on fire. A lot of extra base hits in there, too, and a lot of doubles. The 0-1 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. He takes a breaking ball that dives low on the outside half of the plate. That'll even account at 1 ball and 1 strike. J.J. Bleday's at first. He's there with 1 out. The Reds have a run home on the Ellie De La Cruz home run. Barnett readies, and from the belt, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Swung on, and that's fouled back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you could tell just watching how Barnett pitches, he likes the fastball, but the fastball's straight. It was not a fastball that Ellie hit out, it was a changeup, and after you give up a home run with your changeup to the leadoff hitter, you start to make sure that changeup is on the edges, and it's kind of taking him a little bit to get the confidence to get it back over the plate.
Now he's home with a 1-2 pitch to Stevenson. Instead, Blade draws the throw over to first, and he's back in safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tyler Stevenson. Eugenio Suarez waiting in the on-deck circle. The 1-2. Breaking ball a little bit low and outside, and that evens the count. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The Reds did a good job to run the pitch count up of the A's starter in yesterday's game, Jacob Lopez. He wasn't long for that game, making Barnett throw some pitches here in the first. A 2-2 fastball misses high, and it's a full count on Stevenson, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it's not as though Barnett has a whole lot of pitchers to work with anyway. Majority of his appearances this year have been out of the bullpen.
Barnett's 3-2 pitch. Bladay's running. The pitch is a ball. They want a challenge. Throw to second. And no call from the second base umpire and crew chief, Lance Barksdale. Right now it's ball 4.
The pitch looked low.
A's want a challenge. If it is low, it doesn't matter on the call at second. But it was a strike, and they're going to call Bladay out at second. So it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. We haven't seen that yet this year, where the potential ball 4 has been challenged with a runner in motion. But we do here in the 114th game of the year. But Ellie puts the Reds on top.
Right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude? My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos leyendo.
A's come to bat here in the second. The Reds have a 1-0 lead, and Tyler Soderstrom to lead it off for the Athletics. Andrew Abbott back to work, left on left. First pitch to Soderstrom is called, a ball low on the fastball from Abbott. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but down. Not by much. A little surprised, actually, that Tyler didn't want to challenge that. 1-0 on Soderstrom. Here's Abbott's 1-0 pitch, and Soderstrom swings and yanks it down the right field line, a foul ball. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soderstrom's enjoyed hitting since the calendar turned to August. He's hit safely in all 4 games this month so far, 5 for 14. 3 doubles in there as well. Soderstrom swings at this one, sends a high drive deep toward the right field corner. Long run, Marte well into the corner, and he'll make the catch. Just barely in fair territory out there by the A's bullpen gate. A long, towering fly out.
Two pretty good swings for a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Both curveballs. Yes. Just did miss that one.
Soderstrom didn't seem fooled by either one of them, to be honest. He's not very happy, it sounds like, in that A's dugout. Pitch is in there for a called strike. It sounded like he did some damage in there. Couldn't see him, but he sounded angry. Here's the 0-1 to Muncy. Up and away.
Had to be the helmet.
Yeah. Tough day to be the helmet. This Max Muncy is built a little bit differently than the Dodgers Max Muncy. Swing and a miss at a changeup.
Yeah, and this one swings right-handed.
Yeah. Hitting .219, 5 homers, 20 driven in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes Abbott with a 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Ooh, didn't. So first base umpire Jonathan Parra. 2-2. Lance Barksdale's the second base umpire and crew chief. Will Little behind the plate. Will Little's at third. Ryan Addington behind the plate. The 2-2. A wave and a miss and a changeup over the outside corner. First strikeout for Andrew Abbott. 2 down in the second as we pause for station identification. Reds Radio Network. Lawrence Butler bats now, left on left. Butler takes down and away for ball 1, 1-0. Butler homered yesterday. That was his only hit. He was 1 for 4. 206, 7 home runs and 30 driven in. He's hit the Reds well, though, has Butler over his career. The 1-0 pitch, and he takes a strike on the outside corner fastball, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. That was his 7th career home run against the Reds. Abbott back into his windup and the 1-1 pitch. Butler swings, shoots it foul into the net of the camera well, far into the A's third base dugout. Ball and 2 strikes now on Lawrence Butler. Here's the pitch to him. Butler swings, rolls it on the ground to the second baseman. Backhanded by McLean. He'll fire in time to first to get him. And the inning.
Oh, I got Soto. All right. Who? Austin Barnes. How do you like rings? Okay. All right. Young Jackson Holiday, just wait. Jackson Holiday's good. Rick Cerrone, great hitting coach now. Tony Gwynn. All-star. That's good. That's a good card. Oh, these are like real. There's gum in it. 87, baby. These are. This gum from 1987. Actually from 87. Go ahead. Take a piece of it. That's 1987. Oh, my God. That is gum. It's gum. I'm not taking a bite of it. I'm not taking a bite of it either.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Two free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Reds bat here in the bottom of the second, up 1-0, and the right-hander Mason Barnett back to work. Eugenio Suarez swings and fouls it away. Strike 1. Suarez hitting right at 200, 14 home runs, 39 driven in. Barnett into his windup, and here's his 0-1. Spins a breaking ball in for a strike. Suarez down 0-2. Barnett's 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away. No swing from Suarez. Checked in time. 0 for 3 last night. Punched out all 3 times he came to the plate. Strikeouts are piling up on Suarez. Batting with that open stance from the right side. Here it comes, and a check swing on a pitch up. Couldn't hold up. He went around, and he's down on strikes. 1 down in the second. That'll bring Dane Myers to the plate. Let's take a look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game, continuing with Reds A's trivia. Which one of the 3 winningest left-handed pitchers in Reds franchise history also pitched for the A's during his career? A, Noodles Hahn, B, Joe Nuxall, or C, Eparixi? Pitch swung on, fouled off, right side by Myers.
I don't know that answer.
Which one of the 3 winningest left-handed pitchers in Reds franchise history also pitched for the A's? 0-1 on Myers. Here it comes. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-2.
Which one is C?
That would be Eparixi.
That's going to be my guess.
I'm going to say Noodles Hahn. Because,
no idea.
Take advantage of every opportunity I have to say Noodles Hahn. 0-2 on Dane Myers. You don't see anybody get named Noodles anymore. It was a nickname, of course. Still. The 0-2 pitch, down and away. Of course, this day and age, if you're a professional baseball player, you don't really want the nickname Noodles. Usually is a nickname bestowed upon you because of your arm. It's not exactly flattering. In the dirt outside, 2-2 on Dane Myers. Balls, 2 strikes on Myers. Myers having a nice year, 268, 3 homers and 16 knocked in. Had a hit yesterday, was 1 for 4.
And he's swinging the bat better as of late.
Boy, is he. 303 in his last 9. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Went after a high fastball in on his knuckles, and he's down on strikes.
It seems to be where young Mason Barrett wants to go with that fastball. He wants to get ahead with some off-speed stuff, maybe a fastball down and away, but that strikeout pitch, it's not the slider, it's that high heater.
Hector Rodriguez now with nobody on and 2 men out. First pitch to Rodriguez is just off the outside corner. Made his major league debut, of course, Tuesday. Walked and scored a run, helped contribute to the Reds' victory. Still in search of that first big league hit. 0 for 2 officially in that game. And the 1-0 pitch to Rodriguez. A swing and a miss and a changeup down. The count is even 1-1. Boy, I thought he represented himself awfully well in his debut. Tracked a couple of balls pretty well out in right field. Took some good at-bats. Now the 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball foul up the first base line. Had some good swings in that game. Didn't have a hit. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hector Rodriguez.
Well, every level that Rodriguez has been in since joining the Reds organization, coming over from the Mets, he's hit everywhere.
Yeah. The 1-2. Up and in, and he straightens out of the way of ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rodriguez. Hands held high in the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss and a curveball down. Well, Mason Barnett strikes out the side here.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Servin to lead things off for the A's here against the left-hander Andrew Abbott. Reds leading 1-0 here early in this one, courtesy of a leadoff home run from Ellie De La Cruz, an opposite field shot. It'll be Servin, Alika Williams, Jonathan Ornelas. 7-8-9 here in Mark Kotze's A's order. First pitch curveball, that is a strike. Right over the outside corner. Abbott comes back to the dish. Fastball up and away. Actually, there was a changeup up and away. It's the best part of a changeup is when you can make it look like a fastball from your mechanics. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the right side, a cutter from Abbott. It was down and it was moving quickly towards the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Abbott to step the pitch. Breaking ball on the ground. Suarez has it at third. Quick throw in time. 1 down. That first batter of the inning, boy, it makes it a lot easier to pitch in case you have a little ball that's dunked in or maybe somebody rattles the wall off of you. You don't get the first out, it can make for a long inning. Here's Alika Williams. He will take a backdoor curveball. That is strike 1. So far, Andrew Abbott is landing that backdoor hook, and he is jumping ahead of these right-handed hitters. No ball, 1 strike count. Foul down the right field line. A fastball riding away from Williams. And he was definitely tardy on that one. No ball, 2 strike count. Abbott sets ready. He'll turn it loose. Change up on the ground. Suarez once again throws on the run. 2 down. You don't want to say it too early, but I'll say it anyway. Andrew Abbott appears to have everything working here on this afternoon. He's landing the breaking ball. The cutter has some late quick bite to it. The changeup has got some fade. Fastball has the velocity. Fastball has the velocity. And he's quickly ahead of Jonathan Ornelas here. No balls and a strike. Back to the plate he comes. Changeup down and away, and Ornelas lays off of that one. That one didn't quite start
in the spot that the previous changeups have started. It was a little bit off the outside corner. That'll make it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Abbott cuts it loose, swing and a miss. Hard cutter down and in. That's what you want a cutter to do. Start in the middle of the plate and just disappear. Cornelis will step back in, and Abbott once again is ahead 1-2. To the plate, swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Andrew Abbott has got it working here this afternoon.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
First pitch swing by Abreu. He absolutely torments this baseball. 4-3 Boston. The Red Sox keep going back-to-back on the West Coast.
Lou, you saw in game one when they fell behind and you're thinking, you know what, this is going to touch their metal. Well, this whole series, they've responded.
This whole month, Paul, like it's been like this.
Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Every year, Graeter's Cones for the Cure raises funds to fight pediatric brain cancer. Stop into any Graeter's now through August 9th to donate and scoop up Elena's Blueberry Pie ice cream for the cause. Graeter's. Taste the greatest.
Noelvi Marte to lead off the Reds. Third, first pitch swinging, fly ball left center field. Bolte moving there in a hurry. He'll make the catch. One pitch, one out. That'll bring Matt McLean to the plate. That ends a streak of 4 batters in a row that were struck out by the right-hander Mason Barnett. You got Stevenson, Suarez, Myers, and Hector Rodriguez in consecutive fashion. The fly out by Marte. First out here in the third, and here's Matt McLean. Fastball cuts off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike count. McLean with hits in his last 2 ball games. 2 for his 6 during that time. Both of those games coming against the A's. Breaking ball, that'll hit the outside corner, and that'll even things at 1 ball and 1 strike. McLean had a home run in last night's ball game. Back to the plate. Fastball just off the outside corner. I think Barnett wanted that one. You could see him kind of cock his head to the side and pause momentarily looking in, but it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count now to McLean. Barnett back to the plate. Fastball up and in, and that is called strike 2. Two pitch coming. McLean readies. Barnett delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high heater. 2 down. That is now 5 strikeouts through the first 9 batters for the 25-year-old Mason Barnett, making only his 2nd start on the year. And here has been his nemesis. That would be Ellie De La Cruz, who homered in his first at-bat. Fastball high and riding well out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strike count.
It was a changeup, not the fastball that Ellie hit out to the opposite field in his first at bat, the lone run thus far in this ball game. And this one hit high and deep to left field, back and making the catch is Soderstrom, and that will end the Reds' third. 3 up, 3 down.
Contreras is chewing on the tape. Yeah, why use a pocket when you could just eat it?
Who knew? Who knew boys of summer need a cup of hot soup bone broth? MIT, is that you?
That looks like the catcher's play all the way.
So Manny was going to make a double play, and in the way was the runner, Arias.
I think it went off his glove and over the wall, and it's a home run for Torrens, who was not sure. That was bizarre.
2 down for Matt Olson. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. Matt Olson drives it out to center. Thomas is back. Is it above the yellow line? It is, and it's a solo homer for Matt Olson to get the party started in the desert on this Thursday night.
Again, where do you want this pitch? You want it in the bottom half of the zone. That's where that 4-seam fastball was. That allows Matt Olson to get the barrel to it, and he smoked it.
So Atlanta with a 1-0 lead.
Come to bat here in the 4th inning with the Reds leading it 1-0, and Andrew Abbott's back to work. His first pitch on the way to Henry Bolte is a strike on the outside corner. Abbott has faced the minimum through the first 9. He did give up a base hit to Tommy White, but he was erased on a double play ball. Batter later. Abbott's 0-1 pitch to Bolte is swung on, and a little looping liner into center field that's going to fall in front of the center fielder Dane Myers. He'll play it on a couple bounces, and Bolte is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 4th. And the 4th inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses is the mellow balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly.
Bolte can run. You got to hold him close.
13 stolen bases this year. He has been caught 7 times. Pitch is in there for a strike call. The count is 0-1 on Tommy White. White singled to the first. He had the first of the now 2 A's hits. Abbott's pitch on the ground, right back up the middle, and that's into center field for a hit. Bolte is going to make the turn at second. Little hesitation, but he will make it into third easily. And now the A's have a little something cooking here with runners at the corners and nobody out in this 4th inning. I'm not sure what the hesitation was about for Bolte making the turn at second. He makes it easily to third, even with that little stutter step around the bag. Now they're at the corners for Jonah Heim. Reds will take the double play and sacrifice the run. Abbott's first pitch to Heim is off the inside corner. A fastball, and the count is 1-0. It was Heim that hit into the double play, grounded it right to the third baseman Suarez, and it was an easy 5-4-3 around the horn, twin killing, closing out the A's first. Abbott's 1-0. A little bit low on the inside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, you don't want to see Abbott run from the strike zone here. He's ready. And the left-hander eyeballs the runner at first, now deals the 2-0 pitch, and it's low 3-0. First and third, nobody out. The pause and the pitch. And it's a strike call to the inside corner. So the 3-0, he finds the edge. Now 3-1 on Jonah Heim. Bolte at third, White at first. Here's Abbott's 3-1 pitch. Way high and outside, and now they're loaded. So ball 4 to Jonah Heim. And they're loaded for Tyler Soderstrom. And remember, Soderstrom, his first time up, had a couple of really nice swings against Abbott and just missed a home run.
That's the first walk of the afternoon for Abbott.
So Soderstrom 0 for 1. Fly out deep into the right field corner. Bases loaded, nobody out. And here comes Abbott to Soderstrom. Swung on, and the fastball is fouled down the left field line, well back into the seats. 0-1 on Soderstrom.
Abbott has not pitched out of the stretch a whole lot today. He did in the first inning, not in the second or the third. And after that hit by Bolte, it seemed like he got a little bit out of sync.
Now he's home with the 0-1. On the ground, sharply hit through the hole on the left side. That's a base hit into left center. It'll score 2. Bolte and White both home to score on the 2-run single by Soderstrom, and the A's have taken a 2-1 lead in the first 4 have reached on 3 singles and a walk here in the 4th inning.
That's the kind of ground ball you see and you think to yourself, oh, if your shortstop's playing straight up, it's a double play. But we don't really do that anymore.
No.
Nobody in baseball. You play shortstop up the middle with a left-handed hitter at the plate.
And now the first pitch to Max Muncy in the air to left. That's going to fall at the feet of J.J. Bleday. And up to third base is Heim. He had to hold at second to make sure it would get down, but it does, and now they're loaded again here in the 4th inning, and still nobody out. And the first 5 A's have reached.
Yeah, that ball was hit off the end of the bat. I'm not sure that J.J. picked it up right away. I don't know that he could have gotten to it either way, but it just kind of fell right in front of him at the last second.
Tyler Stevenson's out with a quick word for Andrew Abbott, probably more than anything to give him a breather after getting ambushed here in this 4th inning. A's now have taken a 2-1 lead. Lawrence Butler's at the plate, a ground out to the second baseman, his first time up.
That's 5 straight batters here in the top of the order batting for the second time.
Pitch to Butler is a fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Left-hander against left-hander. The 0-1 pitch. And it's pounded into the ground to McLean. He'll field, flip to LE1, back to first, close, not in time, and a run will score. Heim is home from third run of the inning for the A's. It'll go as a fielder's choice, 4-6, erasing Muncy at second base.
The Reds are going to challenge that.
They are. So, looking at it again, I think they're going to win. Which will make it a 4-6-3 double play if, in fact, they do win this challenge.
Cincinnati is challenging a safe call at first base.
Very close. Do you think the Reds are going to win that?
I think they are. I think they're going to overturn it.
Still a run.
But that's about as close as it gets.
The question is, did the cleat come down on top of the bag, the actual spike, before the ball's in the glove?
It's close. I think that could go either way.
Yep.
Because the call on the field was safe. But man, that is some kind of close. His foot is definitely over the bag as the ball enters the mitt, but I don't know that the spike is on the bag at that point in time, but you can't really tell that.
No, and keep in mind, it's not where the bag compresses, because the spike's going to hit the bag before you see the bag compress with the pressure of the whole foot coming down.
We're talking about millimeters here.
You got that right.
That's crazy.
I think it's a good challenge by the Reds, though, regardless of how it turns out.
That's the one thing that we have learned through all of this challenge system is how difficult the umpire's job is. I mean, we're talking about missing pitches by a millimeter or two on the plate that are challenged, and then that play there is pretty indicative of the kind of challenges that we see.
literally comes down to the length of a spike, perhaps.
Yeah.
Think about that. How long is the actual cleat on a pair of spikes? Half an inch?
Maybe, if that. Depends on how much concrete you walked on.
That's right. What part of the season are we in and how much have they been worn?
Did you use them in spring training? I mean, this one may take a little bit. I think that's one of the reasons we're having a little bit of a delay is because that's how close it was at first base.
Now, if you look at where the base actually compresses from the weight of Butler coming down to the bag.
He's out.
Yeah. Let's see.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Cincinnati will retain their challenge.
4-6-3 on that double play. Hearing from Lance Barksdale, the second base umpire and crew chief. Well, you got to credit Lawrence Butler with some serious hustle down the line to make that as close as it was.
He doesn't get the RBI, but it does get a run home.
It's now 3-1 A's. Runner at third, 2 outs. Here's Brian Servant. Pitch to Servant is off the outside corner for ball 1. And with the Reds playing the infield back, even had Matt McClain opted to go home to try to cut down the run at the plate, they weren't going to get him. So they take the 2-for-1. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Trading 2 outs for the 1 run, and anticipation that this Reds team is going to get the bats going at some point. I'd like to think that they would. The A's worst in baseball since the middle of June team ERA. Fly ball to right at Marte. He's there to make the catch to retire Brian Servant. Could have been much worse.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
That was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't. 443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
MVP for travel convenience. Visit CBGAirport.com for more information. CBG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
Sal Stewart bats leading off the Reds' 4th inning here at Great American Ballpark. Now 3-1 in favor of the Athletics. Stewart bats here against the right-hander Mason Barnett. First pitch on the way to Sal. Check swing and a pitch down, didn't go, and the count's 1-0. Sal flew out to the right fielder his first time up. Barnett's on a roll here. He has retired 7 straight. Sal swings, hits a high, deep drive, left center field. There it goes. It is gone. Sal hammers it out of here to left center. A massive blast for his 25th home run of the year to pull the Reds within 1. His 87th RBI of the season, And that home run moves him in front of Joey Votto for most home runs by a Reds rookie. He is now second all by himself behind Frank Robinson's 38. Boy, when he connects, it is a thing of beauty. That ball was killed. 3-2 A's, and now J.J. Bleday, and he swings and bounces it foul up the first base line. 0-1 on Bleday. Bleday, a base hit. His first time up today. Now Bleday will ask for time and back out of the box. Western and Southern Financial Group helps families build a stronger future. That's why they've welcomed Till Financial into their family of companies, helping parents raise smarter spenders and savers with financial tools built for kids. Swinging and a miss by Bleday, 0-2. Visit tillfinancial.com to learn more. Really an answer to our trivia question. We'll get to that in a moment. Barnett's home with the 0-2. Down too low. With the 2 home runs hit by the Reds today, the A's have now given up 179 home runs. This is their 115th game. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bleday. A wave and a miss and a changeup, and he's down on strikes. The significance of that is the pace. They're on pace to be one of the most prolific home run allowing teams in baseball history. If their pace holds, only 7 teams will have given up more home runs in a season throughout the history of this great game.
You're talking about the Athletics, right?
That's who I'm talking about.
They play in an airport.
They do.
And they're about to move to a bigger airport.
Well, and then they played that series in Las Vegas at the minor league park. It's even worse.
There's no free agent pitcher.
0-1. Stevenson sends a
good
deep fly ball to center. Back in a hurry. Bolte. He's out of room. That's gone. Tyler Stevenson drives one out of here to straightaway center. His 10th home run of the year has tied this game at 3.
You were saying?
They give up a lot of homers.
That's 3 today. We're only in the 4th inning.
And now the acting pitching coach, Dan Hubbs, is going to jog out of the mound.
But I think if you're a free agent pitcher, why would you go to Las Vegas or to Sacramento or wherever it is they're playing? I mean, they'd have to overpay.
Certainly.
It'd be just like Colorado. Colorado can't get any free agent pitchers to come there because once you go there, your career's over.
Right. That's why this talk of a possible expansion team in Salt Lake City seems so far-fetched to me, because that's worse than both. There's a reason you look at the numbers for minor league pitchers in the Pacific Coast League, and you can't put any stock in it. Same with hitters, because so many of those teams are playing in airports, launching pads.
Colorado Springs. I played there.
There's a team in Salt Lake. There's a team in Vegas. I don't think Spokane's any walk in the park either. Here's Eugenio Suarez. The pitch to Suarez is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes on the Reds' third base when he struck out his first time up. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the other thing that we were talking about it yesterday with regards to Rhett Lauder, it's not just pitching at altitude where the ball travels. Your ball doesn't move the same. So everything you throw flattens out for most pitchers. Now, there's some exceptions, obviously, but
it's great for confidence for the hitters. It's the absolute nightmare for the pitcher.
Yeah. As good as it is for the confidence of a hitter, it is scarring for pitchers. There's some pitchers that never recover from, I don't want to say the mental damage, the psychological damage that can do.
Because you don't get rewarded for a good pitch.
balls, 1 strike on Suarez. 2-1. The pitch is up and in. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. And right here you see Mason Barnett. He was cruising along. Had retired 7 in a row. He has now given up homers to 2 of the last 3, and he's 3-1 on Suarez. Now he fires a strike on a slider over the outside corner. To revisit that trivia question, which one of the 3 winningest left-handed pitchers in Reds franchise history also pitched for the A's franchise during his career? Suarez swings and fouls it back. Of course, the A's have moved more times than most Americans, so they have played in Philadelphia, Kansas City, Oakland, Sacramento, and soon to be Las Vegas. So it's not necessarily the Oakland A's. I said Noodles Hahn. You said C. Epirixie. I want to change my answer.
Yeah, I'm changing mine only because Paul Keels told me to.
Check swing. Suarez didn't offer it that pitch too far inside. I also got a message from Gary Schatz who says that it was change our answer. It's just using the information at our disposal. We didn't ask for the help. We just received it. Also, Yid concurred that it was the Kansas City A's that he had probably pitched for. Let's see. It was, in fact, B. Joe Nuxall. See, they think they can fool us. Maybe us, but not our friends.
Group effort.
Dane Myers takes a strike, a fastball on the outside corner around the knees, 0-1. Reds Hall of Famer Joe Nuxall spent the 1961 season pitching for the A's. The Reds had traded him to the then Kansas City Athletics in January of that year. The old left-hander was reacquired by the Reds in 1962 and pitched for the Reds throughout the 66 season before moving on to the Reds radio booth in 67. Swing and a miss. Count is 0-2 on Myers. Epirixie, who holds the franchise record with 179 career victories, is the only left-handed pitcher in Reds history with more wins than Nuxall, who won 130 games during his Reds career. 0-2 on Dane Myers. They didn't say anything in there about my buddy Noodles. The pitcher's going to back off the rubber, and that's going to be a pitch clock violation. So I think it's a 1-2 count now. Yep, it is. Aren't you allowed a disengagement? He must have already been out of time before he backed off the rubber. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Dane Myers. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. Myers strikes out. That's 7 strikeouts now for Mason Barnett.
And the majority of those strikeouts have come exactly on that pitch, the high fastball at the top of the zone, and the Reds have chased it.
Here's Hector Rodriguez with a runner on at first base, 2 men out. Barnett readies at the belt, fires, and Rodriguez watches a changeup buried way out in front of home plate in the dirt.
Rodriguez has some power now.
Well, make no mistake.
It'd be kind of fun to see his first major league hit go over the fence and give the Reds the lead here.
That would be pretty neat. Tie game, 3-3 in the 4th. Barnett fires and misses low with a changeup. Back-to-back changeups to start this at-bat to Hector Rodriguez. That's pretty good respect. Guy playing in only his second major league game, and you start him with 2 straight changeups. Here's the 2-0. Rodriguez watches a strike, a fastball hit the outside corner. 2-1. Just watching his demeanor in the box.
He looks confident, doesn't he?
Boy, does he ever.
Got to do that.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes. And a check swing on a fastball that misses for ball 3, 3-1. You know, he kind of reminds me of, just, I'm talking body language, presence in the box, Sal Stewart when he got up here. Make no mistake, that has not wavered for Sal one bit. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that has served him well. Way inside, ball 4.
Good at bat.
So Rodriguez didn't chase the borderline pitches, works a walk. Second walk of the inning issued by Mason Barnett. And the Reds have 2 on with 2 out, and here's Noelvi Marte striding to the plate. Marte out on a lazy fly to the center fielder, his first time up. Suarez at second, Rodriguez at first, 2 men are out, 3-3 in the 4th. Pitch to Marte is on the ground to third, backing up to field it. Muncy, long, high throw, and out at first. White able to keep his toe on the bag as he reached all the way up to take that throw, and a long one at that from Muncy, and the inning is over. The Reds, though, draw even with a pair of homers. Sal Stewart and Tyler Stevenson, both with solo blasts. It's even at 3 at the end of 4 on the Reds Radio Network.
1-0, crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go, and Legaliers has a grand slam. 6-2 A's. Shay's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam, and they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Carson Bench leads off the 8th inning for New York. Mets lead 5-2. And Bench flies one to center field. That's well hit. Kwan going back, looking at the wall, and it's out of here. Carson Bench with a long home run over the 19-foot fence just to the left of center field. 451 feet off the bat of Carson Bench. That's been a couple of monstrous shots in this game. First home run in 4 weeks for Bench, and I have to believe that was his longest big league home run.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Alika Williams leads off the A's 5th.
See if Abbott can get back in that groove he was in through the first 3 innings.
First ball swinging. Williams fouls it straight back. We're tied at 3. Williams grounded out to the third baseman Suarez, his first time up.
The A's were awfully aggressive in that 4th inning. And I imagine that's because of how many strikes Abbott threw here in the first 3 innings.
0-1. This is on the ground. Skip to the second baseman, Matt McLean. He fields and throws it plenty of time to get Williams. 1 gone in the 5th. Would qualify that as an aggressive at bat there from Alika Williams.
Swung at both pitches.
Ends up grounding out. Well, as a pitcher, you start to take notice of that. You can use that to your advantage.
Ride the ball up. Maybe make that changeup work for you a little bit more.
Jonathan Ornelas takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner breaking ball from the lefty.
That's a pitch that Abbott has landed from the get-go. That backdoor breaking ball to the right-handed hitters.
Here's his 0-1. Changeup floats off the outside corner, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jonathan Ornelas. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher, the 1-1. And Ornelas whacks the 1-1 back and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? 1-2 is breaking ball into the dirt inside. Count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Today's the day that Abbott has had one of the better cutters I've seen from him really since he started throwing that pitch.
Here's his 2-2. bumping away with that changeup again. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know that he's landed a changeup in this at bat to the right-handed hitting Ornelas. Counts full, 3-2. Nobody on, 1 man out. Here's the payoff pitch. And Abbott misses low with a fastball, and he's walked Ornelas, second walk that Abbott's issued today. And now back to the top of the order in Henry Bolte. Bolte flew out to the center fielder in the first and then singled and scored in the A's fourth. It was the base hit by Bolte that got the rally started. Felt like that's kind of what took Abbott out of his rhythm a little bit. Was having to pitch out of the stretch. Took him a little while to find his groove there. The pitch is down low, fastball 1-0. And Bolte shortened a bunt there. Reds and A's are tied 3-3 in the fifth. Reds trying to sweep the Athletics out of town. It's an A's team that is certainly on the struggle bus right now, and a fastball way high and outside. Good job by Stevenson to use that big wingspan to reach up and snag that and keep it from going to the backstop, because Ornelas was breaking for second had that got by him. He read it. The 2-0. Instead, a pick to first chases Ornelas back to the bag. The A's continue their road trip to Boston after the game. Both teams headed east. 2-0. Foul back. 2 balls and a strike on Bolte.
Well, even if you can get Bolte to put the ball on the ground, he's going to be a tough guy to double up just because of his speed.
Balls, 1 strike. Abbott the pause. Long stare at first, and a snap throw over, but back safely Ornelas. It's a quick move when Abbott does that, but he doesn't get as much on the throw. There are some guys that can snap it over there like that and get something on it. Bolte swings and fouls the pitch off the facade of the second deck down the right field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bolte.
Got that one in on him a little bit.
Lefty sets, and here comes that 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. And a swing, and he barely got a piece of it to foul it to the backstop. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bolte. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bolte. Runner not going this time, and it's strike 3 called. Fastball frozen.
The batter's trying to pitch.
Bolte didn't think so, but he's going to be disappointed without outcome. Great pitch from Abbott, and it was right there down the heart of the plate, knee high.
Call's confirmed. The Athletics have 1 time remaining.
So Bolte burns one of the A's challenges on his on Abbott's 3rd strikeout of the game.
I think Bolte was caught looking for a breaking ball. He was surprised on the prior pitch. I think he thought he was going to get it again, and it ended up being a fastball that probably looked like it was 100.
Tommy White now, who's singled both times he's been up. Ornelas again draws a throw at first. Single and a run scored in the 4th.
And he's swinging early in the count. He is not waiting around. It doesn't matter what the pitch is.
Made his major league debut back in July. Waiting on Abbott. Here he comes. And he swings the first pitch here, hits it sharply on the ground to the second baseman, McLean, who backhands it to Ellie, who races to the bag.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
No, Our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Pristine conditions, the dominance of Chase Burns continues. 1 run in 6 Sterling innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks.
Gavin Williams was outstanding today. Retired the first 15 batters he faced. First time in his career he did that. He struck out 10, Arch, and didn't walk a batter until the last one he faced.
Sayonara! Third homer of the inning. Red Sox 5, Dodgers 3.
For the first time in Kyle Freeland's terrific career, the hometown kid with a complete game.
Colt Emerson with a screaming line drive, base hit down the right field line. Walk it off. Mariners win it 7-6 over the Twins this afternoon.
In full-time positions, Crosswell, the area's premier motor coach company, is looking for the right people, and that could be you. Visit gocrosswell.com today for information. Crosswell, the pick of the pros.
Jonah Heim leads off he will lead off the A6. The Reds are batting, though, and it is Matt McLain leading off the Reds' 5th. First pitch to Matt McLain is a breaking ball that dives low, and the count is 1-0.
Clarified that.
Yeah, well, if you wanted to look ahead. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Matt McLain. Tied at 3 here in the 5th. Right-hander Barnett's pitch, and he spins a breaking ball in there for a called strike. How about today's scoreboard stumper? Since 1990, the Reds won the World Series that year. 5 players have appeared in 500 or more games at catcher while playing for the Reds. Who are these 5 players that have caught 500 or more games for the Reds? Pitch low and outside. 2-1 on Matt McLain since 1990.
I'll go with the obvious, Tyler Stevenson.
Okay, well, that's a good place to start. 2-1 to McLain. Hit him. Came up and in and drilled him in the shoulder. Blake Barnett didn't seem happy about that outcome. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Runner on at first, leadoff man aboard here in the 5th inning. Hit by pitch of McLain. Now back to the top and Ellie. Don't usually want to hit batters in the bottom of the order for the next 2 guys coming up. First pitch to Ellie's up and in for ball 1. So you got Tyler Stevenson, who, by the way, just made the cut. Just got added to this list. 501 games caught now.
That's why they gave us the question.
Exactly. 1-0 pitch, and it's popped up. High in the air toward third. Max Muncy is under it behind the bag. He'll make the catch, and that's the first out. You also got Joe Oliver, 691 games caught. Tucker Barnhart, 669. You have 2 left to get. Sal Stewart, a home run his last time up. Out of here to left center. Pick to first and back to the bag with a head-first dive is Matt McLain.
What about Dan Wilson?
Nope.
Eddie Taubensee.
Eddie Taubensee, correct. 610. 610, that's probably a sports station somewhere. Runner goes, the pitch is high. Throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Matt McLain.
McLain's pretty efficient on those stolen. Gets a good jump, And that wasn't a bad throw from Heim. Throw was right on the bag, but it was a perfect slide.
13th stolen base. He's only been caught twice. And now he's in scoring position for Sal, and he lines a base hit past the shortstop Williams into left field, but McLean's got a hold around third because Soderstrom came charging hard, and that ball was smoked. That was hit too hard.
Yeah, even though Soderstrom does not have a real good arm in left field, you're right, Tommy, that ball was just hammered. And the ball was in the glove of Soderstrom before McLean actually got around the third base bag.
And on a ball hit in front of you like that, you have to pause for a moment just to make sure the shortstop doesn't get it. Now the interim pitching coach, Dan Hubbs, is going to go back out there again and visit with Barnett.
So I have one more to get.
You have one more to get. And I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this fella. So I don't know how I can help you. You'll get it.
1990.
Elvis Alvarado is throwing now in the A's bullpen. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost.
What about, I'm just guessing here, Jeffrey?
No.
Here's one of my catchers.
First and third, one out. J.J. Bleday at the plate. Here he comes. Swing and a miss and a fastball. J.J. doesn't miss many of those. It was a fastball in the inside corner. He challenged him, and Bleday came up empty. He'd want that pitch back. 0-1 on Bleday. But if I'm Mason Barnett, I don't think I'd throw that again. Although he was late on it, the pitch up and away. Fastball on the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Had to be early 2000s, late 90s to early 2000s. And I cannot think of who it is.
Okay.
I think I'm in the right time period.
Pick to first, runner back. Let me look.
There's all the other guys I've seen, or I played with them.
Right. One ball, 1 strike, the count. I'm trying to think of who I remember this guy playing with the most. The 1-1 up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, he spent most of his time here. And you're right, early 2000s. Spent a year in Kansas City. Also finished his career a few years in St. Louis.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about because I remember them getting in a brawl here.
It has it.
And he got kicked by Johnny Cueto, and I can't think of his name.
2-1 is down too low. It's a 3 ball, 1 strike count.
Jason LaRue.
Bingo. It's good to get a little help from your friends.
Yeah, I needed that one. I wasn't going to get LaRue.
Is that who you were thinking of?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but
you couldn't come up.
I was not going to come up with that.
And Bleday takes Hine outside for ball 4.
Nice at bat.
Yeah, I think as I was thinking about him, he was the only one that I had no chance.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have got.
Just remember that brawl that they had here, and Cueto was backed up against the fence behind home plate, and he was kicking for his life trying to keep anybody from getting to him. And I think he kicked LaRue.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
It's over his head, but somehow he ran it down and made the catch.
Turner dives. He's got it. Gets to his feet. Throws to first. He got it.
On comes Paez. He'll slide feet first and make a tremendous catch.
Leaping try. Wilson makes the catch.
Get up. He did it again. Oh,
Oh, baby, what a play by Nassim Nunez.
Sprints on. Kyle Tucker makes his own first impression for Stubble.
Marshall on the move, and he's going to make a sliding catch.
Round to the right side. Michael Bush. Hey, nice glove.
Andy Paez with another gem in center field.
So does Clark, and Max Clark throws his body at it. That's a long run for Max Clark.
DeLuca racing in, dives and makes the catch.
Caught by Adames. Got hops.
Nice backhanded pick by Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement flashes the leather.
Wanted in the air, third base side, and caught by a sliding Caminero. What a pretty play by Junior.
Up the middle, and swallowing, flipping to second for the out.
Same day and next day appointments at 8 locations across greater Cincinnati, including Eastgate and Crestview Hills. From little leagues to elite level teams, we keep your athletes strong, healthy, and in the game. Cincinnati Children's. Care that grows with your athlete. Learn more at cincinnatichildrens.org/sportsmedicine.
Elvis Alvarado into the ball game for the A's. This will be his 34th appearance. 3-3 with a 4.67 ERA for Alvarado. This will be his second appearance in this series as he pitched in game 1 when he came on in the 8th inning to get the final out.
Well, he inherits a bases loaded 1-out situation here. Tyler Stevenson at the plate. Alvarado's pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. A fastball at 98. It sure looked like Stevenson was close to being right on that. But he fouled it back, and now it's 0-1. McLean's the runner at third. He was drilled, then stole second. Moved to third on the base hit by Stewart, who's at second base, and J.J. Bleday walked. He's over at first. The 0-1. Strike called inside corner, knee high to Stevenson. He's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Tied at 3. Reds trying to bust it open here. Stevenson, 52 career at bats with the bases loaded. He's a .308 hitter and has a few grand slams. Now it'd be a good time for another. The 0-2 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. And he watches a slider miss low. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stevenson. He does have a grand slam this year. It was his third when he hit one against the Nationals back in May. Take strike 3. Fastball down the middle. Stevenson caught watching. That is the 8th strikeout by A's pitching this afternoon. 2 down for Eugenio Suarez. Suarez walked his last time up.
Get a fastball from Alvarado. He's throwing up there close to 100.
First pitch. Suarez lays off the fastball, down and away, and the count's 1-0. Suarez has 9 of those bases loaded home runs in his career. Alvarado home with the 1-0. Fastball over but low. Suarez checked his swing and didn't offer at it. It's a 2-ball, no strike count.
You should have him timed up by now.
He's seen one at 99, one at 98, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Low, 3-0. Well, a walk would do the trick. Of course, the A's wild pitched home 2 runs in the first game of this series. Alvarado in grave danger of walking in the go-ahead run here. Here is the 3-0 pitch to Suarez. And he buried it in the dirt outside. It is a bases-loaded 4-pitch walk to Suarez, and the Reds have a 4-3 lead.
That is one of those spots where the name of Suarez scared Alvarado out of the strike zone. As he was throwing BBs to Stevenson, as soon as Suarez walked up there, he couldn't find the strike zone to save his life. Myers is the one hitter that has faced Alvarado in this series.
We'll face him again. Bags packed, 2 outs. Myers has struck out both times, and the first pitch to him is up and in. Almost hit his lead elbow with the slider. 1-0 on Dane Myers. The 1-0 pitch. Down too low. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. Nothing the count. The 2-0 pitch. And 3-0, way low and outside. And boy, he can't find the strike zone at all right now. He's already walked in 1 with the bases loaded, and they're on the phone again in that A's dugout.
You know, I would say this is quite the surprise, but we've seen this.
Yeah.
We've just been on the other side of it.
Here's the 3-0 pitch to Dane Myers. And he pours in a strike, a fastball, 97 over the inside corner. 3-1 on Dane Myers.
Don't help him. If he wants to choke, let him choke.
The 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4. Another bases loaded walk, and the Reds' lead is 2. 5-3. Stewart trots home. The bases remain loaded with 2 outs, and here's Hector Rodriguez. And Rodriguez walked his last time up.
Reds have 1 hit in the inning off the bat of Sal Stewart. The rest were, well, they were invoked by the pitcher on the mound. A hit batter and a walk for the starter Mason Barnett, and now back-to-back 2-out walks by the reliever Elvis Alvarado.
And Hubbs out to the mound. And these 2 walks are right after he was just painting against Tyler Stevenson for a strikeout. First batter he faced. So the pitching coach out to pay a visit. The Reds have the bases loaded still with 2 outs, 2 runs home. And now you want to really make them pay it. You'd love to see a ball in the gap.
Yeah, and that scouting report you have for Rodriguez, is he a fastball hitter?
I think he likes the heater. Well, here he is, Hector Rodriguez. Waiting on Alvarado. First pitch, up and away, a fastball, 1-0. And what we've seen from Rodriguez, though he's an aggressive hitter, he'll take his walks. He's already walked twice up here. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, and that one's in there for a called strike. 1-1. Alvarado readies. The right-hander home of the 1-1. Outside with that slider, and now Rodriguez ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Brady Basso is loosening as quick as he can in the A's bullpen. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Rodriguez. Up and away. Oh, called a strike. Rodriguez twists out of the box. He doesn't like it. He doesn't challenge. And it's a good thing he didn't. That one barely caught the corner.
Well, backdoor breaking ball. It just kind of rolled in there.
Barely. 2-2 on Rodriguez. And here's Alvarado's 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. That was the heater, and Rodriguez fought it off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch was down below the zone, but he went after it. The 2-2 again. Down and in. Did he go? Yes, he did. On a breaking ball, low and in, but Rodriguez couldn't hold up, so he strikes out. The inning is over, but a pair of bases-loaded walks, giving the Reds a 5-3 lead as we head to the 6th on the Reds Radio Network.
Fenway Park is no stranger to passionate fans, but last week, the iconic ballpark was treated to a jolt of pure energy.
No Scotland, no party. Getting invaded by the Scots.
Thousands of Scottish soccer fans have traveled to the U.S. for the World Cup. Eager for a taste of our national pastime, the Tartan Army took their bagpipes to the streets of Boston and unleashed a party to remember. And of course, this included marching into Fenway Park, kilts and all. The Red Sox rolled out the red carpet, honoring their new friends from across the pond with a Scottish celebration night. Safe to say the Scots were grateful, busting out non-stop chants as the Sox took on the Rangers. But the Tartan Army wasn't done there. The drums and bagpipes hit Yankee Stadium next before continuing on to Miami. And inside Lone Depot Park, these brand new baseball fans got to see renowned Scottish soccer star Billy Gilmore throw out the first pitch. March on, Tartan Army. Glad you had a great time at the ballpark. Welcome to the big leagues.
A's come to bat here in the 6th inning. Reds have now taken a 5-3 advantage. Jonah Heim leads it off for the Athletics. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1 on Heim. Heim walked in the 4th. His walk loaded the bases. The A's would go on to score 3 in the inning. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. 0-2 on Heim. Reds still alive in the National League wild card race. 5 games back entering play today. Checking scores around Major League Baseball. Those now the pitch to Heim is way off the outside corner. Those are brought to you by Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Let the good times cruise. Right now, the Pirates and Brewers are in the top of the first. That game's scoreless in Milwaukee. Pitch on the ground, back up the middle. Ellie can't get to it, moving to his left, and that's on in center field for a base hit. Jonah Heim is on with a leadoff single in the 6th. Now Tyler Soderstrom will bat. Cubs and Blue Jays just about to get started at Wrigley. Nationals and Phillies play tonight. Braves and Marlins later this evening as well in Atlanta. The Diamondbacks play host to the Padres later on tonight. There are a few games in progress. Cut on and missed, and a first pitch breaking ball, strike 1 to Tyler Soderstrom. Angels have a 3-1 lead on the Orioles, top of the 6th inning, and the Mets lead the Guardians 5-2, bottom of the 4th inning in Cleveland. 0-1 on Soderstrom. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled to the left side, out of play. San Diego, Miami, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh all stand between the 3rd wild card spot and the Reds and the Phillies, because the Phillies currently have that 3rd wild card spot and are tied with Arizona for it. 0-2 on Soderstrom. Strike 3 called, froze him. Fastball locked him up. Soderstrom standing there stoically before heading back to the dugout. Some choice words for plate umpire Ryan Addison. No challenge. The A's still have one. Tyler was going to challenge it if it wasn't called a strike. I feel like Tyler turned around, said something to the plate umpires at the same.
Tyler just holds that ball right on the top of his helmet. That way you can't miss it.
And he goes, hey, no, you made a good call. I would have had to challenge you if you didn't. And it would have been a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Max Muncy. I guess if Tyler turns around and tells you, hey, good call, you probably got it right. Here's the 0-1 to Muncy. Way high and outside with the fastball. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's kind of Tyler's version of saying that.
Right.
Takes that ball and puts it on the top of his mat, on the top of his helmet.
Abbott's 1-1. Check swing, breaking ball, strike.
He has had that breaking ball for a strike the entire ballgame. Even when he gave up the 3 runs in the 4th, he was still able to execute that curveball for a strike.
Big sweeping bender. Curls right in there. 1-2 on Muncy. Runner at first base with 1 man out. The Reds up 5-3 in the 6th. Abbott's kind of making it look pretty easy except for that 4th inning. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Ellie taking charge. Calling for it. Right next to the second base bag on the shortstop side. He puts it away for the 2nd out of the 6th. The Reds and Avocados from Peru have teamed up to give you the chance to win a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR or a Reds VIP experience. To enter, you'll need to register at reds.com/AvoReds and follow Avos from Peru on Instagram. Big swing and a miss. And a first pitch breaking ball to Lawrence Butler for strike 1. Butler's 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs to the second baseman. One of them a double play to Matt McLean. Fastball low. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Abbott the pause. Now the 1-1. A wave and a miss and a high fastball up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. I think that's one of the best things about watching Andrew Abbott pitch. When he's got it and he's on, he just makes it look almost effortless.
He knows how to pitch. He reads swings. You're quick at the plate. Here comes a breaking ball changeup. You get a little bit slow. Here comes a fastball.
1-2. Butler reaches for it, pokes it foul, back over the net.
He just kind of keeps you on that proverbial rocking chair. You're a little out in front, you're a little behind. You're a little out in front, you're a little behind. I mean, the balls that they hit in that 4th inning, they didn't hit them very hard.
No. Here's the 1-2. And again, Butler pops it up into the seats down the left field line. And really, more than anything, it felt like they just kind of ambushed him that inning. They got aggressive, then he made the adjustment to that. They just kind of got to him before he fully made the adjustment. And like you pointed out, he was working out of the stretch and looked a little out of sync there for a bit, too. 1-2 on Butler. Here's Abbott. And he misses with a fastball down and away, and the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, 2 out. 5-3 Reds. We're in the 6th inning here at Great American Ballpark. Reds trying to sweep the A's. They go to Boston. Reds go to D.C. Abbott's 2-2. Swung on, popped into the air. Right behind the right side of the infield. McLean's out there and under it. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. Another scoreless frame put up.
Welcome to the Bronx, Luis.
Well, if this isn't a script. Guy was born here, his family and friends are here.
Welcome back to the big leagues, Abby Ortiz. His first major league homer in just his 3rd at-bat at the major league level.
Grand slam! Derek Hill has just given the Phils the lead. Derek Hill does it to D.C. again. 4-3, Phillies lead it. Derek Hill with his 9th home run of the season.
So it's 6 shutout, season high, 8 strikeouts.
A left turn, used it versus righties and lefties.
3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Yes, he got his 18th home run in this series. He got it in this game.
Have a night, Alec Burleson. Have a night.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
If professional baseball in Tulsa. It's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Helpline at 1-800-589-9966.
Left-hander Brady Basso out of the A's bullpen. This is only his 12th appearance. No record of 5.4 ERA. 22 hits in 15 innings he's given up.
He gets Noelvi Marte, the left-hander, into his wind, hands up over his head in the first pitch. Up and away, curveball hanging high and wide for ball one to Noelvi Marte. Reds are on the right side of a 5-3 score here in the sixth. Basso's 1-0. And Marte watches a curveball hang up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Reds got the 2 go-ahead runs in the 5th inning. A pair of bases-loaded walks. Basso delivers, and Marte sends a fly ball left center. Playable for Soderstrom, who moves over toward the left center alley to make the catch, and that's the first out here in the 6th inning. The Reds and Reds Radio Network want to welcome Reds on Radio affiliate WSON AM/FM from Evansville, Indiana, here to take in today's action. See those folks with us this afternoon. One out of the 6th, and the batter's Matt McLean. Basso the kick and pitch, and McLean takes in the dirt for ball one, 1-0. Kelly waiting in the on-deck circle. McLean was hit by a pitch, then stole second and came around to score on the bases-loaded walk of Eugenio Suarez. The 1-0. And McLean pops it into the air to short center. Out in a hurry, Ornelas, the second baseman, peels off to let Henry Polte take it, coming in from center. Now 2 gone here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, De La Cruz homered in the first. He has flied to left and popped out to the third baseman since.
Well, both Marte and McLean got first pitch curveballs from Brady Basso. Let's see if 3's a charm.
Basso into his windup. Here he comes. And it's in there for a called strike.
Fastball right down the middle.
Well, like you always say, you don't want to get predictable, especially with this guy at the plate. And now he drops the hook, and Ellie right over the top of it. He's down to the count 0-2, and he might very well be tied up in mental knots right now. Basso's back into his windup with the 0-2. Swung on, barely got a piece of it, fouled it back. Sal Stewart waiting in the on-deck circle. Ellie will use his timeout and back out of the box. In again. Here's the lefty's pitch. Ground ball headed to third. Fielded by Muncy behind the bag. Gets on the throw. Still low, but picked at first by White in time.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Jumps into the netting, made the catch. Oh, what a grab by Angel Martinez.
Max Clark is feeling good. His second double in a row. That is a 3 for 4 in his major league debut.
Put him in an RBI spot and let him dance.
4 more RBIs for Sal Stewart tonight. The 2-run home run of the 4th and the 2-run single for Stewart here in the 8th.
Gunnar Henderson with his 4th triple of the year, a 2 RBI triple. And the Orioles 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. And there's the big knock by the kid, Gunnar Henderson right there.
It is out of here! Say Doug! Say hello to L.A. 5-4 Red Sox!
Top of the 7th, Andrew Abbott will go back to work. He's only thrown 83 pitches thus far in this ball game, trying to get 3 outs here in the 7th. He'll get the bottom of the order. That starts with Brian Serven, who is doing the catching for the A's this afternoon. Serven, Alika Williams, and Jonathan Ornelas. Those are the batters due up for the A's here in the 7th. Reds leading 5-3. First pitch is a fastball off the outside corner. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Abbott short step back, pitch to the plate, lifted into right center field. It appears that Myers has it measured. He does, and there's one down. That ball had a lot more carry than what it looked like when it came off the bat. It was all the way to the Elk and Elk sign out there in right center field, but Myers had it all the way, one down. And here's Alika Williams. He is grounded to third. He is grounded to second. I'm sure Andrew Abbott would take either one of those right here. Fastball strike over the outside corner. 0-1 here to the right-handed hitting Williams. Abbott back to the plate. Ground ball right to the third baseman Suarez. And Abbott gets him again on a ground ball. 2 down. So a couple of quick outs for Andrew Abbott. And that'll bring to the plate Jonathan Ornelas. And you have to wonder, if Abbott gets a 1 or 2 pitch out here, he may go back out for the 8th. It's kind of unheard of in today's game of baseball. And there's a base hit down the right field line off the bat of Ornelas. Quickly to it is Marte. First pitch swinging, and that's a 2-out single for Ornelas. He's aboard for the second time today after walking back in the 5th inning. So a 2-out base runner, and that will bring Terry Francona to the hill. So that is going to be all she wrote for one Andrew Abbott. Pierce Johnson has been loosening in the bullpen. I imagine he will be coming on. We'll tell you all about it when we come back right here.
It's over his head, but somehow he ran it down and made the catch.
Turner dives. He's got it. Gets to his feet. Throws to first. He got it.
On comes Paez. He'll slide feet first and make a tremendous catch.
Leaping try. Wilson makes the catch.
Get up. He did it again. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez.
Sprints on. Kyle Tucker makes his own first impression for Stubble.
Varsho on the move, and he's going to make a sliding catch.
Round to the right side. Michael Bush. Hey, nice glove.
Andy Paez with another gem in center field.
So does Clark, and Max Clark throws his body at it.
That's a long run for Max Clark.
DeLuca racing in, dives and makes the catch.
Caught by Adames. Got hops.
Nice backhanded pick by Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement flashes the leather.
Wanted in the air, third base side, and caught by a sliding Caminero. What a pretty play by Junior.
Up the middle. And swallowing. Flipping to second for the out.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
AUGPestSolutions.com.
Pierce Johnson is indeed in the ball game as he takes over for Abbott with 2 outs here in the 7th. Johnson is our Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Johnson coming on for the 38th time. 2 wins and a loss. 4.96 ERA in his 32 2/3 innings pitched. And he will get the right-handed hitting leadoff hitter Henry Bolte. Bolte 1 for 3 today. All of those at bats coming against Abbott. Ornelas is at first. He will run. Johnson with a long set and the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 1. Right in the heart of the plate. No ball, 1 strike count here to Bolte. Reds leading the A's 5-3 here in this 3rd game of the 3-game series. Reds trying to sweep. The A's are trying to get out of here with at least 1 win. Breaking ball off the outside corner. It's a 1-ball, 1 strike count. A's came into today having lost 7 in a row. 10 of 11 and 12 of 14. That's a tough go right there. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Oh, yes, he did. First base umpire Jonathan Parra pumping that right fist into the air.
Well, how about this? This is the longest stretch for the A's without a series win since 1979.
That's a long time. 1-2 pitch coming from Pierce Johnson. Here it is. Tapper foul at home plate. A breaking ball over the outside corner, and Bolte just got a piece of it. Count stays 1-2. A's have the lead in the hit category with 7. Reds have 5 hits here on the afternoon, but 3 of those have been long far ones. Another 1-2 pitch from Pierce Johnson. Right back to him. A line drive into the glove, and Pierce makes the snag. That'll make your heart beat a little bit. Final out in the 7th for the A's. It is a 5-3 Reds lead. Bottom of 7 coming up.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team, and this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Hurt racing after it, dives and makes the grab. He makes a agility catch. Taylor Trammell just made one of the catches of the year. Nice sliding stop. Vargas to his feet. Look at the move. Flashing some leather right here. Bench over and makes another beautiful catch. Carson Bench making like Spider-Man. Marsh on the run. Marsh slides. He made the catch. What a play by Brandon Marsh. Times his leap. Goes up. Michael with another highlight play. Hey, Jackson Churio saved the day. How did he get to that baseball? Wow. Halpin is back. Near the wall. He leaps. He makes the catch. And Halpin takes at least extra bases away. Wow. Miguel Amaya twisting and turning. Great play back at third. Diving Tommy White gets a rose to first for the out. Sensational effort by the rookie. Sogard diving back in. That is spectacular defense.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Out of the A's bullpen is Seth Johnson. Johnson taking over for Brady Basso. And And the Reds trying to go back to work here in the 7th inning, leading 5-3. First pitch, check swing from Stewart. He did not go. 1 ball, no strike count. Seth Johnson was with the Phillies. Came over on Monday for Colby Thomas, who was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. Slider just a tad low. 2 balls and no strikes. Right-handers have only hit 161 against him, so he's used that breaking ball pretty effectively. And it's hit just foul down the third baseline, and not by much. That was another breaking ball from Johnson. And this time Stewart waylaid it, but he pulled it just foul.
That'd be a little culture shock, I would think, going from the environment of Citizens Bank Park to Sacramento.
Yeah, I would agree with that. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 2. 99-mile-an-hour heater from the A's right-hander.
I mean, the A's try to make the most out of their situation in Sacramento, but you can do all you can. It's still not what they got going on there in Philly.
2 ball, 2 strike count. And to the plate. Off the outside corner, another 99-mile-an-hour heater. That was a bit of a slide step that time. Nobody on. And Johnson pulled that one off the outside corner. Count is full. 3-2 here to Stewart. The pitch. And it's fouled off. A breaking ball that spins up and in. I would refer to that as a hanger. It just didn't quite hang out over the plate. If they hang in, you can get away with it. If it hangs out over the plate, it's a souvenir, and it's usually long and far. Fouled back again. Fastball up and in this time from Johnson. And Stewart putting it at bat on the A's newly acquired right-hander. Another full count pitch coming as Stewart tries to lead off the Reds' 7th inning. Swing and a miss. A fastball upstairs at 99, and he got him one down. So here's J.J. Bleday. J.J. is 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 1st inning, walked in the 5th. Johnson the pause, the pitch. Oh, this ball is hit high and deep, and you can kiss that baby goodbye. Into the seats in right center field. A fastball right down Broadway, and J.J. Bleday says, no. I eat that for lunch. 6-3 Reds.
Well, he mentioned that he missed one earlier. He didn't miss that one at all. That was a titanic blast. Of course, you throw one about thigh high, as we've talked about, from the inside part of the plate to the inside corner, you ain't getting it back.
He kills it.
And that was right in between the middle of the plate and the inside corner.
20th home run of the year for J.J. Bleday. It's given the Reds a 3-run lead here in the 7th, and now Tyler Stevenson. Fastball down and away. 1 ball, no strike count. I mean, that ball had some hair on it. It was 99 miles an hour. He hit it like it was on a tee.
Just got to get the barrel to it at that point.
The 1-0. Breaking ball that'll spin over the outside corner.
And I think he got the barrel to it.
Yes, he did. There's no doubt about that. One ball, 1 strike count here to Stevenson. And he will foul this one off down over the Reds' dugout on the right field side. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Stevenson has one of the Reds' now 4 home runs on the afternoon. De La Cruz, Stewart, J.J. Bleday, and Tyler Stevenson, all with long balls. here on this afternoon against the A's, and they all happen to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Reds lineup. Stevenson with a timeout. He's out of the box. Now he's back in. 1-2 pitch from Johnson. Breaking ball just a tad outside. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back to the plate. Fouled back. Looked like a fastball upstairs, and Stevenson just did get a piece of it. Got to go all the way back to April of 2021 for the first 4 batters in the Reds lineup to homer. Another 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Line drive up the middle, caught by the second baseman. Nice play. He will throw Stevenson out on a bounce to first. Ornelas backhands it on one knee, sliding across behind the grass out behind second base. That was a nice one.
Well, it looked like a base hit because, like you said, it was lined over the head of the pitcher, but it had some topspin, so it sunk down and skipped into the backhand glove of Ornelas.
2 down, here's Suarez.
I didn't think there was any way that wouldn't be a hit.
I thought it was a hit. Fastball upstairs, 1 ball, no strike count. Eugenio has struck out today. That was his first at bat. He has walked in his last 2 at bats. Got himself an RBI as he walked the last time up. It was a bases loaded walk back in the 5th. This ball is hammered high and deep left center field, and it is bouncing off the top of the wall. That'll be a double for Eugenio Suarez, his 13th of the year.
Well, good place for that one. Perfectly in the gap out there in left center field. That's where Sal Stewart hit his home run. Same direction. Split the skyline and Xavier signs out in left center to the left of the Reds bullpen.
Looked like he had a little topspin on that one. Uppercut swing. So that'll bring Dane Myers to the plate with a chance to add to the Reds' lead. Keep Brian Hayes now running at second base for Suarez. Johnson the pause, checks the runner, pitch, breaking ball, hangs high, 1-0. Johnson comes back to the set. Another long pause. Now the pitch, breaking ball, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Here to Dane Myers. Myers has struck out twice. Those came in his first 2 at-bats. He walked in the 2-run 5th inning. At a 1-1 count here. Johnson to the plate. Lifted foul down the right field line. That'll be in the seats and out of play. Well, the Reds have evened up those hits at 7 apiece. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Johnson to the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him to chase a high fastball. And that'll do it for the Reds here in the 7th. They have added yet another run on a blast by J.J. Bleday. It is.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
So now Caglione, who flied out to shallow left his first time.
Wow. The whole crowd says wow. Way out of
here. Monster home run by Jack Caglione.
Caglione hit the flag with the baseball. He got all of it. That looked like the home run derby. Boy, that was an incredible swing and flight. 438-foot homer, 113.7 off the bat.
Holy cow, that ball was smashed.
Brian Hayes stays in the game. He's at third base. The Reds are leading it 6-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Tommy White will lead things off for the A's here in the 8th. Pierce Johnson is still on. Johnson readies at the belt as he works against White. First pitch on the way. And it's a strike at the knees. 0-1 on Tommy White. The 0-1. Foul back on a breaking ball. And the count is 0-2. Calling all witches, wizards, and muggles. Join the Reds Saturday, August 15th for Harry Potter Night at the ballpark. Fans in attendance will receive a Reds mascot bobblehead representing one of the 4 Hogwarts houses, distributed blind box style while supplies last. Swung on, fouled back to the right, out of play.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Fly over to Reds.com/tickets today.
Fly over.
Yeah, get it?
I like that.
Did you get into the Harry Potter series?
No.
See, I could see that being something that would be a surprise to all of us that you would actually like. 0-2 on Tommy White. Swung on a one-hop liner to the second baseman. McClain backing up to his left, fields and throws out White. He's out, and there's one gone in the 8th. To be fair, I've never given it a chance. You know another movie series that I had never seen, and finally enough people told me it's worth the watch, was Avatar, and I just couldn't. It didn't do much for me. It didn't do a thing for me, to be honest. Here's Jonah Heim with nobody on and one out. But people are obsessed with that series. Breaking balls outside.
Avatar?
Yeah. Can't get into Avatar. Harry Potter's never appealed to me even a little bit, and I'll get crucified for this, but Star Wars too. Up and away, 2 balls, no strikes on Jonah Heim.
Well, I'm with you on all of that.
I know. I mean,
I saw the first Avatar. I thought it was good. They should have just stopped there.
It was fine. Like I watched it. I thought it's okay. Pitch is a strike. Now give me Indiana Jones every day. All day, every day. I'm all in on Indiana Jones. I like that. James Bond, absolutely. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jonah Heim. Obviously very different, but that's why I like it. Pitch is a check swing down. No, he did go. 2-2. Sports movies, all in on those. Right-hander Johnson readies, and from the belt, here's the 2-2 pitch to Jonah Heim. Swing, and he barely got a piece of it. Fouled it off the mid of Tyler Stevenson. He couldn't quite squeeze it. Count is 2-2 and holding. I know there's plenty of people that like Harry Potter, obviously. fouled off the front of the A's third base dugout.
I think that's one of those things you have to kind of have an understanding about what it's about.
Well, you can learn about it if you read the books.
Yeah, I don't read the book.
Have you seen how thick those things are?
No chance that's ever happening.
Those things are about as thick as a dictionary, too.
Read the encyclopedia. Did you just say read the book?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about it. I want a full book report.
Yeah.
If you're going home tomorrow, you'll probably be bored. Be a good thing to pick up. 2-2 on Jonah Heim. Nobody on, one man out.
Do you know what Cliff's notes are?
Do I ever? Got me through college. 2-2. Swung on, and this is again popped up foul, third base side.
This is my issue on reading. The Cliff notes are too long.
You know you're in trouble when you go to get the. So, do you remember you could actually buy the Cliff Notes books? Like they were a little pamphlet on certain books. You could buy that. Now the pitch, a wave and a miss, and down on strikes Jonah Heim. That'll do it for Pierce Johnson. He strikes out Jonah Heim. Terry Francona is out of the dugout.
Looks like Sam Moll's coming in.
So a pitch.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
And detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern office methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
Left-hander Sam Moll is into the ball game. He is our Reds' Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Moll comes on, 1-7 on the year, a 4.17 ERA. This will be his 53rd appearance. He's allowed 38 hits in his 45 1/3 innings.
Tyler Soderstrom, first to face the lefty Sam Moll. Here he comes with the first pitch to Soderstrom, and that's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
You got to remember, earlier in the ball game, Soderstrom stood in there pretty well against the breaking ball from Andrew Abbott.
Yeah, he took Marte all the way into the corner. 0-1. Soderstrom takes down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball the pause and the 1-1. Another breaking ball. It doesn't look as good against the Sam Moll breaking ball. Now with this fouled away, kind of an awkward swing from Soderstrom there, 1-2.
Soderstrom's got that little bit of toe tap for his load. And as he toe taps, his upper body starts to creep towards the plate. That's what helps him stay in there against left-handers.
The 1-2 to Soderstrom, down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Soderstrom. Base is empty, 2 out, 6-3. Reds lead the A's. We're in the 8th inning. The lefty Maul is home with the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away down the left field line. Reds are up by 3. Love it when a fan catches a foul ball, shaking his hand out, and then somebody comes over to high-five him while their hand is writhing in pain. High chopper to Hayes at third, fields and throws in time. Soderstrom's out. And
coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Selling homes, built in Cincinnati, built on trust. If you want to skip the hassle of selling your home, we can help. Just a straightforward cash offer and a closing timeline that fits your needs. Call 513-513-CASH. Rolling Homes. Call us today and see how easy selling your home can be.
Seth Johnson's still out there. First pitch slider hangs up and away for ball 1 to Hector Rodriguez. Johnson readies, now deals the 1-0 pitch to Rodriguez, up and away. Nope, strike called. Backdoor slider evens the count at 1-1. Reds have gone deep 4 times. Ellie, Sal, Tyler Stevenson, and J.J. Bleday. Ground ball right side. Up with it, Ornelas, the second baseman, throws in time to get Hector Rodriguez. 1 out here in the 8th. Let's pause for station identification. Up and down the Reds Radio Network. Melvin Marte up. He is 0 for 3 today. Johnson's first pitch to Marte is a fastball high and wide, and the count's 1-0 on Marte. We were talking about that trivia question earlier about Joe Nuxall playing for the Kansas City A's. Gary Schatz sharing the story about when Nuxie was playing there. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Remember the old owner there, Charlie Finley. He had all kinds of crazy things. There was a rabbit that would pop out from behind home plate with baseballs to the umpires. Well, another one of the things he did, there was this hill out beyond the outfield that these goats would roam out there during the games. The 1-1 pitch to Marte.
Did they only do it when the visitors were hitting?
Oh, I think they were always out there, out in right field.
The moving batter side.
Yeah. I think they were off to the side. Like, I don't think they were in center. 2-1 on Marte. Swung on, fouled back. Although that would have been one of the gimmicks he would have tried. Open the gate so they could go to center field when the opponent came up. But they would also fire a cannon when the A's would hit a home run. One time, Nuxie, I guess, tells the story. He hit a home run. And, you know, when goats get scared, sometimes they'll freeze. Well, the cannon went off. One of the goats froze at the top of the hill and just rolled all the way down to the bottom. Fouled back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, what a sight. Nuxie actually went deep twice that year. Kansas City.
Nuxie was a big old boy now.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Marte. The right-hander, a high set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Marte. Breaking ball, and he lines it on one hop right between short and third. That's into left field. Marte has his first hit of the afternoon. He's on with a 1-out single here in the 8th. Now Matt McClain will be the batter. McClain 0 for 2, but was hit by a pitch and stole second, later scored in the 5th. Johnson with a high set. Here's his pitch to McClain. Breaking ball dives low, and it's 1-0. That is a good example of, you know, even if you're not necessarily hitting well, still figuring out a way to be in the thick of the offense. He has done that today. 1-0. Swung on, popped up, high into the air, foul first base side. Over is Tommy White. Past the Reds dugout, reaching into the net, but it's into the seats. Or at least it's into the net. One ball, 1 strike on McClain. Terry Francona saying before the ball game today that after Nick Lodolo's rehab game yesterday with Louisville against St. Paul in St. Paul, that Lodolo's going to be back on a big league mound for the Reds on Tuesday in Chicago.
Bring him up.
That's good news. 1 ball, 1 strike on McClain. The pitch. And McClain tried to check, didn't offer it the high fastball. I think it takes a lot for Jonathan Parr to say that he swung. Dolo 4 1/3 yesterday. Gave up 3 runs, all earned on 5 hits. Did say the breaking ball felt pretty good for him. 2 balls, 1 strike, and a wave and a miss on a slider, and it's 2-2 on McClain. 1 on, 1 out. 6-3 Reds in the 8th. Graham Ashcraft inching closer to a possible rehab assignment. He's got a couple more sessions in Arizona. The pitch is up and in. He's got a bullpen, then a live in Arizona, and then he's going to join the Reds and throw a live on Monday with the Reds.
It'd be nice to get him back for the month of September.
Boy, wouldn't it? 3 balls, 2 strikes on McClain. Here's the payoff pitch, and a wave and a miss down on strikes McClain. So he strikes out. So a side, and then he'll face hitters in Arizona, and then his live with the Reds after his second throwing session down there in Arizona. So that'll be good news. And good to see Graham Ashcraft. Ellie swings and fouls that back.
I think anytime you can get a fresh arm in August and September, that's a boon to your staff.
Especially an arm like Ashcraft's. 0-1. Ellie takes upstairs. Tony Santillan threw side yesterday for the Reds, and it really sounds like Santillan is getting closer to making some progress as well. Or he is making progress, but 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Ellie takes up and away. He's going to face hitters Saturday against Washington, and then they'll see what's next after that. 2 balls and a strike on De La Cruz. 2-1 pitch. Ellie watches a breaking ball down too low. Brock Burke is throwing in the Reds bullpen to pitch the 9th. 3-1 to De La Cruz, in for a strike on a slider. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, that Ashcraft session, if everything continues to go well in Arizona, would probably be, I believe, Monday the 17th here is when he would face live hitters. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Frozen with a backdoor slider. De La Cruz is down on strikes. Inning over. Reds get a hit, but leave a man. Reds try to finish off a series sweep of the A's when we come back.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bag.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here?
Back in the produce section. that's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Wow, that pitch is hammered. Oh, my goodness. It is on to the street. Teoscar Hernandez leaves Wrigley Field.
443 feet. 111 miles an hour. I mean, he hit this into the night. It's on the inner half of the plate and just tattoos this thing.
On to Waveland Avenue to make it a 7-5 game.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
A's coming to bat here in the 9th inning. Max Muncy to lead things off. The Reds have made another Reds Wober's mustard pitching change. This time it is Brock Burke that has been summoned. Burke on in lieu of Emilio Pagano, who has been used a lot lately. First pitch is a swinging strike to Max Muncy, and the count is 0-1. 0-1 on Muncy. Burke home with the 0-1 pitch, and that's a changeup that's in for a called strike. 0-2 now on Muncy. Muncy, Butler, and then Brian Servin. Burke's changeup misses off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Burke's 1-2. Hit in the air, right field. Going back on it is Marte, who will set up and make the catch. 1 gone in the 9th.
You know, this is what happens when you start to win games in succession. You start to use your guys at the back end of the bullpen a lot. And this is 3 out of 4 days now for Brock Burke. And you've had 2 days in a row for your closer in Emilio Pagan. You okay over there?
I'm all right. Goodbye. Here's Lawrence Butler. He takes a strike.
Did you purposely pour that on your iPad? Or
no, it's more about the counter. It's going to be a little sticky now. I had a nice little drink going here. 0-1 on Butler. 1 pitch, up and away. Cup did not have enough structural integrity.
I didn't get that.
I grabbed it, it slipped. Collapsed and slipped in my hand. 0-1 on Butler, 1-1 on Butler. Now we've got a mess on our hands. Butler shows bunt, pulls the back. Thanks, Kid. Kid's got me covered. It was a caramel draft latte.
What's that smell? Your iPad has some smell to it.
It smells a little caramely. 2-1 on Butler. Here's Burke. 2-1 pitch. He bunts at it, but missed.
Yeah, I'd like the black color, but I want it to smell like coffee. Thank you for your order.
That's the good part about having an electronic scorecard as opposed to a paper one.
Yeah.
Paper one would be in trouble. Swing and a miss, and down on strike. No, he tipped it foul. So he's still alive. Yeah. Paper scorecard would be toast. It's one of the many benefits, really.
It's the purpose of the Yeti.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's a good. Well, yeah, I had this. This was for my morning coffee. Could have just put it in there. 2-2. Here comes Burke. Down and away with the breaking ball. The count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, I'm good for 1 or 2 of those a year. 3-2 pitch. A little chopper over the mound. Ellie charges bare hands and throws it away right down the steps at the far end of the Reds' dugout. Butler is going to end up at second. Now the A's have a runner aboard here in the 9th inning. It goes a base hit and an error.
Yeah, that was going to be an awfully difficult play, whoever got to it, whether it be Ellie or Matt McLean. And Ellie had to change his route to the ball. He bare hands the ball to throw it. And in that instance, you don't really have time to get your 2 fingers on the ball. You're just kind of throwing an underhand changeup, and that one just sailed into the dugout.
Ryan Servin's up now. The runner at second and 1 out. The pitch to Servin up and away for ball 1. Servin's 0 for 3 today. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. Swinging a high fly ball, deep left. Back goes Blade. Looks up. It is gone. Brian Servin with a 2-run home run to left. And he has pulled the A's within 1. Just his 2nd home run of the year. Servin was not in the big leagues at all last year. Prior to this season, hadn't been in the big leagues since he was with Toronto for 28 games in 2024. But he goes deep here to pull the A's within 1. And now Alika Williams, the batter. Burke home to Williams. Low and inside for ball 1-0. TJ Antone starting to get ready in earnest out of the Reds bullpen. This is not a game that Terry Francona wants to let get away at all. The 1-0 pitch to Williams. Swing and a miss and a slider down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow will be a bullpen day for this team. So the Reds probably would prefer to use as few relievers as possible. But Antone getting ready in a big hurry. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, softly rolled to the hole at short. Ellie backhands, picks it up, throws low, picked it first by Stewart in time to get the out on Williams.
Nice play on both ends. Ellie positioned himself to get it on the backhand moving towards first. The throw is a little bit low, but a nice pick over there at first by Sal Stewart.
So now 2 away. And the number 9 hitter is Jonathan Ornelas. Ornelas has been on twice, 0 for 1 or 1 for 2 officially. Ground ball foul, third base side. He singled in the 7th inning, walked in the 5th, and struck out also in the 3rd. 0-1 on Ornelas. Burke trying to finish it off. Left-hander readies. Here's the 0-1. And a backdoor breaking ball is in for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll try it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Oh-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line, but foul. P. Brian Hayes all over that third baseline. Actually hit the grass right out front of home plate. That's what kind of kicked it foul, the pitch. Ellis watches a changeup miss off the outside corner. Hit the lip of the grass toward third, right at the front edge of that home plate cutout. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a changeup, and that's it. Reds win it. They sweep the Athletics with a 6-5 win here this afternoon at Great American Ballpark. And that closes out a really fine homestand for the Reds. They go 7-3 on this 10-game, 3-team homestand. Once again, final score, Reds 6, A's 5. It's the first ever 3-game sweep of the Athletics. And it's the Reds' 3rd this year, their first since April. Once again, final score, Reds 6, A's 5. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
John Crook here. And baseball stats can tell you a lot. When your car breaks, you want a company that has all the right stats on your team. CarShield's been in business for over 20 years. That's staying power. They're America's most trusted auto protection. That's reputation. They sold over 3 million contracts. That's a whole lot of happy drivers. Let CarShield help with costly repairs when an unexpected breakdown happens.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
This is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, for my good friends at Grippo's. Grippo's has been a hometown favorite since 1919.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.